Hey everyone, today's overview and review video is on Muskoka, a game pretty much all about Canada. So if you're new here, my name is Krissy, and this is my channel, 2 Sheep, 1 Wheat. If there is a board game out there that you would love for me to review, please let me know what that is down in the comments below, like this video, and of course subscribe if you have not already. So Muskoka is a very Canadian game. This game is from Canazee Games. They did send this to review for you guys, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So a big thank you to them, and just to mention, this is a prototype game, so some things may change. They will be having a Kickstarter out very soon, so stay tuned for that. All of the information for their Kickstarter will be down in the comments below. So Muskoka is all about the journey, traveling through the Muskoka board right here, and you're basically wanting to finish with as many points as possible, and you're going to get those by completing travel plans. So let's go ahead and take a look at the board and see what comes with this game. Okay, so first of all, we have our board. This is the Muskoka board, loads of lakes, loads of trails, everything that we're going to be trying to travel around. And we have our travel cards. Those are right here. This is basically what's going to help us move around the board from our meeple here. And our meeple here is on a location that's determined by location cards, which are these right here. So you're actually going to give 2 to each player. The first card is going to be the location that you're starting at. This one is number 8, Port Severn, and that is exactly where I am right now. And then your second card is going to be kept secret. You can look at it, but this is basically a detour card, and this is a location that you're going to need to stop at and let everybody else know at the table, hey, I made it to my detour number 9 at Baysville, and you're going to flip it over and you're going to keep it next to your spot on the board. That is one of the stipulations to ending the game, and I will talk about the other 2 later on in the video, so stay tuned. So that was the location cards. Then we have these rest and relax cards, and these are basically just something that's going to allow you to do something throughout the game, or it's going to give you some kind of points system here. So this one, the squirrel, is a point. This one here, golf, this one is just a little blurb here. It says every other player gives you 1 explore card of their choice. So this will just allow you to do something different in the game, break some type of rule, and give you some points. Then we have our wildlife tokens here. Now with the wildlife tokens, you need to have at least 5 in your stash to get the 𝗬𝗔𝗧𝗖𝗛 here. And this is just basically the first person to get to 5 gets this. This is 3 points towards the end score. And this card can be taken away from you if another player has more wildlife tokens than you. They will have to surpass you to be able to steal this from you and collect these 3 points. So the player at the highest location spot on the Muskoka board is the first player. Now, while you're playing, you have 3 things that you can do, and they are collect, elect, and select. So let's go over what each of those are. So for your turn, collect is taking 2 of these explore cards right here. There are a few different cards in here. Now, as you can see, there is a route and there is a water trail here. So they'll do different things, and they have different colored backings so that you can tell which card is coming out soon if you need it. So basically you can take 2 cards from here, and the icon on top matches the icon that you'll need for on here. Now there are different types of icons for all of them, not just the hiking, the walking, and this one is the canoe. There are a bunch of different other ones, and there are some wilds, which are these leisure cards right here. So these are basically a wild card. If that was here instead, you would only be able to take this one to your hand. You wouldn't be able to take the second card because this is a wild. This is a pretty good card. But if you do take it off of the top here, that I didn't even plan that. But if you do take it off of the top here on top of the deck, then you are allowed 2 cards. So that is the wild. We do have the hiking right here. We have a car. We have a quad. This one is swimming. This is a sailboat, and this is a sea-doo. So there are a bunch of different ones that you can collect in your hand. So again, for the collect, you are allowed to collect 2 cards from the 3 that are face up, or 2 from the deck from here, or you can even mix it up as well. So once you've collected 2 cards, they get replenished right away. Basically, after you take the first one, then you'll be able to replace it, and then you can see which card that there is, and then you can take that one if you wanted to. Rest and relax card. So like I was already saying about these ones, you'll get some points on here. We'll go through a couple just so that you get a gist of it. We went through the golf one here. And so whenever you collect these cards, you cannot play them the round that you collect them in. You can play it the next round. So some of these, obviously, you want to keep secret because they do have points on them. Other ones will allow you to, this one here says, collect an extra 2 Explorer cards of your choice from the face-up offering or from the top face-down deck. So this will allow you to take an extra 2, so then you'd end up with 4, which comes in handy because there are a lot of trails on here that have a lot more icons that are needed. Golf, we already went through that one. And fishing here gives you an extra 6 points. Squirrel, 1 point. This one here, Locke's Day Trip. So this one says here, when at location 3 or 8, this one will allow you to move to the other one without paying any of the Explore cards and collect 1 bear wildlife token. Every time that you complete a trail, you're going to be collecting these wildlife tokens that correspond to how many of the Explorer cards that you actually used and how many icons are actually on these trails. So these are all the different wildlife tokens that you can earn throughout your journey here on the Muskoka board. This is a 5, you can tell on the other side, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So they are all in the rulebook here as the type of animal that it is. So now if you have 5 of these Explorer cards in your hand, you're able to go somewhere that has, like this spot right here, number 2, you have a bike, a car, and a bike. That is 5 icons right here. So however many icons and however many cards that you're utilizing to cross this path here is how many tokens that you're going to be getting. So this is a 5 card one. For example, that we would do, you would actually be able to collect one of these moose tokens right here, and it is worth 5. Now, if you do a 4 one from 1 to 7 here, that is 4. You would end up with the bear token, which is 4 here. And then if you do a 3, you get the moose. And if you do 2, like this one right here, from 3 to 2, you would get the beaver. And if you only did a 1 trail, you would get this loon here. And then the lake journeys get you double. So this one here would be 5. So you would actually end up with 2 moose tokens. Now, if you're doing a path that has both, like land and water, like say from 3 to 8, and we choose to do this one here, which is the hiking, and then we complete it off with a lake-based tour, then this one is going to be calculated the same as a land-based journey. So this one resulting in just a 4, so you would get a 4. Now this is really important to make sure to get all different lengths of journey throughout this Muskoka board, because another stipulation to ending the game is having all 5 types of wildlife tokens. And the last stipulation to ending the game, not necessarily winning the game, but to end the game, is have a total of 25 points, which is what's on the other side. And so you're going to calculate all those. They do not count from any of the R&R cards or anything else, just simply 25 points off of your wildlife token. So a recap, that is all 5 wildlife tokens, at least 25 points, and you must have visited your detour card that was from the beginning of the game. As long as those 3 have been met, then that ends the game, and then everybody calculates their points from the R&R cards, from all of their wildlife tokens, and that includes the Inukshuk card as well. So this is a very quick game. It is about 10 minutes per player. So once you get this game out, you're going to want to play multiple times since it is a quicker game. It is also pretty simple, and I think what they're trying to showcase here is that it is traveling, it is relaxing. I love that they have the Muskoka chairs on the back of these R&R cards here. We have a couple of these and they are super, super comfy. So that is all I think about whenever I look at these cards. So I think that the theme here is just really relaxing, camping, quality time, which is just definitely what a board game does. It brings quality time. So I'm definitely getting that feel from this game. It's definitely all Canadian. Of course, Muskoka is Canadian. It's in Ontario. The company is a Canadian company, Canazee Games. And of course, all of the animals that are included in this for the wildlife tokens, those are all definitely Canadian animals, right down to the loon, the beaver, and the moose. The artwork on the board here is really cool too. I feel like every time I'm looking at the board, there's something new that pops up on here. And I actually just discovered that there is Bigfoot. There is Bigfoot on here. Looking at this board definitely makes me want to go camping this summer. Not exactly sure if it'll happen, but I do have this board game, so it'll at least make me feel like I am gone camping this summer. I think that these R&R cards really help play the game. I feel like there is a lot of good reason to get rid of your Explorer cards to be able to collect them, because they do have points in them, but they also will help you move on throughout the game. I will go through a little bit more of them because I think some of them are pretty funny here. So Campfire, which a lot of the artwork on here and just the names of them is just true to the board game here. So Campfire, every other player must choose half their Explorer cards to burn into the discard pile, and then if the odd numbers of cards are held, then round down. So a little bit of take that in here too, right? You're just making sure nobody gets to those 3 stipulations there a little bit too quickly. So kind of keeping everybody in check here. We've already gone over Squirrel, Campfire again. Here's Cliff Jump. I have never cliff jumped in my life. Choose one other player to randomly select an unplayed R&R card from. I don't like that one. I don't want you to get an R&R card. This one here, Steamboat Cruise. When at locations 7 or 12, move to locations 2, 3, or 5, bypassing 6 without playing any Explorer cards, and collect 1 bear wildlife token. So this basically just helps you move around the board a little bit. Seems maybe to be able to get to your detour a little bit faster, which is pretty cool. Oh, I see now that this is the same boat here. It's pretty cool. So it's basically taking to one to the other one. So that is cool. The Steamboat card here, we already went through that. We have Portage here. Complete any mixed mode journey by only playing the required lake-based Explorer cards. That's pretty cool. That would save some of your cards for you. We have Labor Day here. Complete 2 journeys in 1 turn, because you can only complete 1 during your turn. We have a seaplane. Choose 1 other player to look at their Explorer cards and take 1 card of your choice. That one's pretty cool. I just want to go quickly through here and just go through the very Canadian-based cards here. So Civic Holiday, complete 2 journeys in 1 turn, which is fantastic. Like we were just saying, you can only do 1 journey per turn. Out and About, because I feel like that's exactly how people say it, or think that we say it, when it's really out and about. It might be how you think I say it. So this one here, make your way to Dorset and reveal this card on your next turn to collect 2 R&R cards. That one's pretty fancy. And let's see what other cards that we have in here. Oh, Ice Cream's pretty cute. Collect an extra 2 Explorer cards on your choice from the Face Up offering. Nice. Like we have gone through that one already. Out and About a little bit more. Oh, here's a party. What's going on with this one? Move to any location without playing any Explorer cards. That's awesome. When you do this, though, you don't collect any of the wildlife tokens since you didn't really do anything to get it. Oh, and here we have Victoria Day. And this one is complete 2 journeys in 1 turn. I feel like all of the very Canadian holidays are all the same, because Canada Day here, the best one of all, complete 2 journeys in 1 turn. So these cards, really, really nice. I'm not exactly sure if the artwork's going to stay, if any of these cards are going to really change, but I really, really enjoy them. Again, like I was saying, this game is just very Canadian, and they definitely showed that in all of these cards, so I really hope that they stay, especially the Canada Day one, because you can't have any other holiday without the Canada holiday. So overall, I really enjoyed playing this game. It's a bit of a quicker game, a little bit of an easier game, but for what it is, I really enjoyed it, and it's just really nice. And again, really nice because it's Canadian. It's nice to get it to the table and just to recognize something on the board. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, all of the Kickstarter information is down below, so be sure to check that out, and I will catch you next time.